Hi YouTube. This is Jason Malvo, um, and this is day 5 of a 40-day no food fast. I am juice fasting, so that means that I have a juicer, and I juice vegetables and fruit maybe once or twice a day, and I have some tea. This is lemon juice, honey, or maple syrup and cayenne pepper. So it's called a Master Cleanse tea, and I'll probably link a description down below. So, why am I fasting for 40 days? Because I feel led of the Spirit of God to do it, and because I think that my body is strong enough to do it. Background. I follow the Apostolic Pentecostal Holiness Faith tradition. As such, we're very used to fasting. My grandmother fasted for 40 days at least once a year, and for 3 days a few times a year. My mother fasts on a regular basis, and so she taught that exercise to me. I enjoy eating. Like, I really enjoy eating. And to some degree, I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy barbecuing, and all of that things. But at a certain point, it's time to kind of stop all that and really start asking yourself some important questions. At some point, you just have to stop, and you have to ask yourself some really important questions, right? And one of them is, why am I so angry all the time? Why is my fuse so short? Why is my temper so easy? Why is it so easy for people to get on my nerves? Why am I so triggered by everything, right? And so that's a good time. That's really a good way of thinking about, or at least a good way of triggering yourself to think about whether you should go on a fast or not. It's that your attitude is a mess, right? Or it could be that you're filled with a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. My anxiety lives here. Physically, my anxiety lives here, just below my heart. And I know that if I'm anxious, it's hard to take a full breath without taking two. Like, I'll breathe in, and then I'll have to like breathe in again in order to get a full breath, and that's when I know I'm anxious about stuff. And that's a good time for me to recognize it and just say to myself, you know what, it's time to kind of stop and start listening. Start listening to the Spirit of God. Start listening to my own soul, and start really finding out what's causing me to be anxious. Now, on the subject of fasting, I don't think it's enough to just not eat food. Even though this is day 5 for me of, the last time I had anything to eat was on the 31st of December. So it's day 5. but it's really not about that. It just puts me in the right headspace to really engage in the true exercise of fasting, and that is shutting out the voices in the world. I have to shut out my television. I have to shut out what they're saying on Fox News and MSNBC and CNN. I've got to shut all that out. And to some degree, I have to shut out what's playing on Netflix, because I do enjoy binge watching. I do enjoy binge watching TV shows and all of that, and I need to spend that time, the time that I would normally spend catching up on the news, or spend that time, the time that I would normally spend catching up on my shows, really counseling with the Spirit of God and worshiping God and soaking in the presence of the Lord, so that He has an opportunity to speak to me about what He wants me to know. I will say that, let me catch you up. Here's my summary of day one. Day one, I can do this. Day one, I was psyched. I was so jacked to do this, and I had to be, because the previous October, in October of 2020, from about the 30th or the 31st of September, I don't really know how many days are in September. Yeah, from the 30th of September to the 9th of October, I fasted. No food, just juices, just a juice 3 times a day, and tea and water in the middle. And I will say that I do drink tea every 90 minutes to 2 hours. I will say that I do get busy, and sometimes it ends up being 3 or 4 hours, but my body will let me know when it's time to have some tea. But let me say that I was really jacked. I was really jacked to do this. So day one was the can do. Yes, I can do this, right? And I needed that energy to get me through. At the end, about the middle of day two, I called my mother because I was psyched out. I was like, oh my God, this is the second day of a 40-day fast, and I'm only on day 2, and I'm hungry, and I'm weak, and I was feeling all of these, physical symptoms, and my brain was just telling me, dude, you need food. And I called my mother and I said, oh my God, Mom, what have I done? What have I done? I'm on this 40-day thing, and because I'm used to fasting, I've had these feelings before. I've had these feelings of, oh my God, what have I done? I've had it before, and as it turns out, it's just the day 2 blues. Day 2 and day 3 are the hardest, because your body is eliminating toxins. Your body is really eliminating bacteria. It is now day 5, and it is now day 5, and this is kind of embarrassing to say, but my underarms don't have the same. My underarm odor is not as strong, because there's relatively little bacteria in my body at this point for my body to process through and get rid of. I know you're asking questions about what juices am I drinking. Right now, I'm drinking a mixture of beets, carrots, and apples. I've been drinking that for 5 days, and I'm enjoying it, right? But I do have to kind of slow down on it because my body is wasting most of it. So obviously, I don't really need it as much. So I have to find some other juice that my body actually needs because, quite frankly, I'm just processing the juice out and wasting it. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you all how I'm doing. And by the way, I'm very, very encouraged. When I was doing my 10-day fast, I was very encouraged by all of the YouTubers that I saw who were posting about their 21-day fast. Others that were posting about their 10-day fast. There's some specific people whose YouTube pages I actually subscribe to, and I'll probably link them in the description. They've just been marvelous to help encourage me to keep going in my fast journey. So I am taught to be very private and to be very intimate with God in my time of fasting. But I also wanted to come on here and tell you and encourage you, so those of you who are going on 10-day fast journeys, 21-day fast journeys, 40-day fast journeys like me, to keep going, to really be encouraged, stick with it, because it will be worth it to your spirit. I'm going to try to come on every day and talk about my fast journey, talk about how my body is feeling, talk about my emotions, and talk about what revelation is coming from just existing in the presence of the Lord. So I hope you'll go with me on the journey. God bless. See y'all later.